Champion versus champion contest is an Extreme Rules match and is for the Alliance Women's Television and the SmackDown Women's Championships. Introducing the champion from Long Island, New York. She is the Alliance Women's Television Champion, Kris. Representing the Judgment Day from Adelaide, Australia, Rhea Ripley.
Alright, that's
Well, the crowd here is chanting, Rhea's gonna kill you. Maybe they didn't watch Double or Nothing, where Kris Statlander came in and dethroned the 60-0 Jade Cargill, who now sits at 60-1. I will admit, coming into Double or Nothing weekend and knowing that we were going to produce this WWE AEW Championship Warfare matchup, I thought it was going to be a lock that our match would be Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill. And that turned out not to be the case, as Kris Statlander made her return to AEW at Double or Nothing, dethroning Jade Cargill in an open challenge for the AEW TBS Championship after Taya Valkyrie was unsuccessful yet again in beating Jade Cargill. They issued another open challenge, and out came Kris Statlander to the surprise of the audience in Las Vegas. And of course, the day before at Night of Champions, Rhea Ripley made short work of Natalya retaining her SmackDown Women's Championship, which arrived us at this matchup here this week. One-on-one SmackDown Women's Championship versus the TBS Championship. Which woman will be the first to be a double champion this week? Will it be Rhea or will it be Kris? We'll find out in a matter of time. Of course, we're coming off of that hotly contested opening tag team match between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens against FTR. We have new champions out of that one. We're going to have new champions out of everything this week, but our first official title change this week sees Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn with the AEW World Tag Team Championships. So that's WWE collecting one set of belts. And AEW looks to get back on the board on this one with Kris Statlander. As you can see there, Kris Statlander had a sledgehammer in her hand brought into the ring by Rhea Ripley. A last-minute change of this contest was the Extreme Rules stipulation being added. Added moments before the match began. Both women decided and consented, that's the word we're looking for, consented to having this Extreme stipulation added to their title versus title matchup. So it's Extreme Rules in this one, as we heard in the ring introductions. Anything goes. The only stipulation to it is that the final fall, be it pinfall, submission, or knockout, must occur inside the ring. Kris Statlander brought that sledgehammer back into the ring, but noticed that Ripley was down, went for the pin. Ripley able to kick out of the count of two. Of course, Rhea Ripley been the talk of both companies recently after the Acclaimed loosely referenced Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio during the Double or Nothing pay-per-view this past weekend, saying that Buddy Matthews watches is essentially what the line was. And it caught the attention of everybody, including Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio. And as Rhea noted, she and Dominic are over in two companies. Kris Statlander reversing that Irish whip attempt. Looking to show why she is over in AEW with a dominant victory here. But of course, Rhea Ripley looking to show Kris Statlander why she is a dominant force in WWE. Nice move there by Kris Statlander. Hooking the arm, hooking the leg, and sending Rhea Ripley for a tilt-a-whirl ride. Nice Blue Thunder Bomb. We just saw that one put away FTR in the opening match. I don't think it's going to do the same here, namely because Rhea Ripley rolled out to the floor. Here comes Kris chasing after her. Can Kris Statlander win her second championship in under a week here this week on Fantasy Warfare? Winning the TBS Championship this past Sunday at Double or Nothing. And then here on a Friday night on YouTube, she could become the SmackDown Women's Champion as well. And it would be a big win for AEW to get back on the board, but Rhea Ripley hits Stat with the sledgehammer to the midsection. Of course, AEW down 1-0 in terms of victories and championships collected. They've lost their tag team championships to the WWE, who is up 1-0. They could soon be up 2-0 if Rhea Ripley continues the assault with that sledgehammer, but Stat moves out of the way, and she gets caught again in the ribs. Ripley just being relentless with the sledgehammer in this one. Ugh. My stomach hurts just seeing it. Never mind experiencing it. That sledgehammer looking like a baton. Kris has got her. Boom! Head first into the mat. This could be all. We could have a new SmackDown Women's Champion. We get a cover, and we only get two as Rhea Ripley able to kick out at the count of two. Thought Kris was going to go for that tombstone again, but it was a power slam showing her power and strength. What a display by Kris Statlander. Another Blue Thunder Bomb, opting not to go for the cover on that one. Personally, I would have gone for the cover, but I'm not there in the ring. I'm just sitting here in the booth. Kris Statlander took a little bit too long as she gets thrown off the top rope and down to the mat. Rhea Ripley now back out to the floor. She's got a ladder in her possession, and she wraps it upside the head of Kris Statlander outside the ring. Of course, no countouts, no disqualifications in an Extreme Rules match. But you don't want to beat your opponent up so bad that they can't make it back into the ring, because as we've noted, that final fall has to occur in the ring. And oh no, I thought Rhea Ripley hit Kris in the surgically repaired knees, and she did just nail her with one right in the knee. Tried again. Kris Statlander back up on her feet. Lock up Thought maybe she'd go for an Irish whip, but nah, you know, nothing. Fireman's carry over into a snake eyes in the corner. Rhea countering with a boot to the midsection, and a side drop kick is missed as Kris rolls out of the way. Irish whip sends Rhea off the ropes. Nice shoulder block takedown by Kris Statlander. Kris now has the sledgehammer, and she's returning fire on Rhea Ripley after Ripley viciously assaulted the torso and the legs of Kris Statlander just a few moments ago. Kris Statlander is on fire, but she just had that fire put out in the form of a big boot by Rhea Ripley. Knee to the midsection by Ripley, who now goes for a full Nelson stretch. It's not a full Nelson stretch, abdominal stretch. What is wrong with me? As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, wait a minute, that is not right. Looked like Rhea Ripley's going to go for the riptide, but she gets countered by a head scissors takeover by Kris Statlander, who once again goes back for the sledgehammer. Oh, man, what a shot by Kris into the cover. Only 2 on that one. Lifting Ripley up to her feet. Oh, nice headbutt after blocking the punch from Ripley. Ripley's got that sledgehammer again, taking a moment to pose with it. What's she gonna do with it? Nothing there as Kris moves out of the way. She's got Ripley up. Got her with a tombstone. Down she goes, head first into the mat. Could this be all for Rhea Ripley? Kris Statlander into the cover after countering the sledgehammer attempt into the tombstone. And that's all she wrote. What a victory for Kris Statlander as she puts AEW on the map here this week in Fantasy Warfare, countering that sledgehammer attack into the tombstone as you see the replays here. And we have our first victory of championship for AEW as they now possess the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen,
one victory on the books for AEW. Can they do it again? Coming up next, when the United States Championship and the TNT Championship are on the line inside of a steel cage, Austin Theory goes up against Wardlow. Coming up next.